atmosphere following the sad withdrawal of Neil Lennon later this afternoon for very sad reasons indeed, and that is what will get the headlines tomorrow, not the performance and not the result. Final result in this international friendly at Windsor Park, a disappointing 0-0.
Well, Mark, satisfactory performance tonight, I'm sure you feel.
Yeah, obviously we're disappointed. We played quite well first half, and we zipped the ball about quite well, had a couple of chances, and second half obviously couldn't get the goal. And want to get a win for the fans, and obviously magnificent tonight.
Important to be solid at the back, though.
Yeah, it's nice to keep a clean sheet tonight. Obviously we got a couple of goals in, like 5 goals in Spain, so very important to keep a clean sheet. Obviously, as a defender, you can't win the game, you've got to try and keep a clean sheet.
How did you feel taking over the captaincy tonight from Neil Lennon? Difficult circumstances, I know.
Difficult circumstances, obviously. Neil's one of our best players, and we're all obviously devastated that he couldn't play tonight, but for me, very proud moment tonight, and obviously relished every moment of it.
Well, Keith, I'm sure you're delighted to keep a clean sheet tonight. Disappointed not to have beaten Cyprus, obviously.
Yeah, it's nice to keep a clean sheet. Sammy said this after the game, the only thing we didn't do was score. So we're got to be disappointed with that, but it's always nice to keep a clean sheet and, coming on the back of a 5-0 defeat.
Yeah, reasonably good way to warm up for the big game, obviously the start of the European Championships.
Yeah, that's the one that matters. This is just a practice match really. So we can take a lot of pluses out of the game, so hopefully we can go to Spain and do ourselves justice.
Difficult circumstances to play a match in tonight, I realise, after Neil Lennon not being able to play. But could you give us your thoughts on the crowd here tonight and how they supported you?
No, the crowd was fantastic, and you just got to listen to them now singing Neil Lennon's name. So, we didn't have much time to think about it. We just had to go out and do a professional job.
Well, Sammy, thoughts on the game first of all?
Well, effort from the lads was absolutely magnificent. The only thing we did was score. But I thought some of their tactics were absolutely ridiculous. They kicked our 2 front players black and blue, Keith Gillespie black and blue, and their managers complained that we were overreacting. They want to see some of my players' legs. But the performance, I thought, was excellent up until scoring a goal. We kept going, we kept playing, we tried to play, we created chances, and we just didn't take them. But that's been a problem we've had.
Clean sheet though at the back, you'll be pleased with that?
Well, absolutely, because with 7 people missing, and with the effort there tonight and bringing some of these players back, I can see us progressing.
7 players missing before the game. That was made 8, of course, when Neil Lennon couldn't captain the side tonight. Can you give us your thoughts on that?
No, I'm going to do a press conference afterwards and say what I've got to say. But at the end of the day, it's a sad thing.
18 months ago, football was to blame here at Windsor Park, or some supporters were to blame. But credit to the IFA with their campaign, they seem to have eradicated sectarianism out of the game. Do you feel now that this sort of takes you back to square one, or will you continue to try and push that good work you've been doing?
Stephen, everyone on the IFA, myself obviously as president, David Bourne, the staff at the IFA, Michael Boyd, who's done a tremendous job as community relations officer for the IFA, we are all determined that we will continue to work to eradicate sectarianism. After all, football, to me, is the only true cross-community sport in Northern Ireland. It's a sport that has survived through 30 years of terrible troubles, and I think we are eradicating it. Today at the Odyssey Arena, there was 180 kids from both sides of a religious divide onto the IFA and the Sports Council playing the game of football. And we will continue to go into every area of Northern Ireland, and we will continue to be outspoken against anyone who tries to bring football into disrepute by using bigotry or politics.
Before we go, a few other friendly scores to give you played tonight. Finland 0, the Republic of Ireland 3, Croatia